a free kick.
Now, he was the bloke who used to put me out all the time, Ed.
Real busy.
Yeah.
Exactly. Corey, under pressure from Hurd. Good play by the Essendon skipper. Kelly knocks it past his opponent. Puts it back. Two former Sunbury boys there going at each other. McVeigh gets the handball away. Now it's a chance for Milburn. In go the Cats. Inside 50. Bartel running with the ball. Beautiful play. Marks it pretty easily there. From 30 metres out. Comes in. He's kicked 14-4 for the year. That's his first of the night. The first of the game. Jimmy Bartel.
They do look to have a good balance.
Well, the ones you don't get. Mark taken out there by Henneman. Chips up the line. Bombers got some loose players. Murphy's got away. He's at half back. Just gets his kicking in time, and the inferred pressure was enough to put him off. Ted Richards burst through though. Good handball over the top to Jason Johnson, reaching for it with the flashing white boots. He kicks it to the goal square, looking for Lloyd. Oh, magnificent stuff! Lloyd beats Garrett for strength, held his ground, and then pulled in a one-hander. That was a beauty.
Well, I reckon that Mark Thompson will look back to Kane Tenase. There's a young man that's just making his way. You cannot let that footy right there get over the back of the pack. And if Kane Tenase in his second year of footy, whatever it is going to be an AFL player, well, at worst, that ball is controlled to the front because Matthew Scarlett's sitting there going, well, Lisa's all happy. I'm not that happy.
Lisa's loving it. Lisa Lloyd enjoying proceedings tonight. Her husband has kicked 41 goals, 24 this year. He's equal with Scott Lucas, who's kicked 41 goals as well, 41-17 to be precise. But from dead in front, from point-blank range, this champion does not miss. Bombers strike back through Matthew Lloyd.
Bird wants it short, that's ignored. Lucas is dropping back. Can he kick it that far? Sets it up, takes a while to get there. Lucas over the top, pushed it away by King. Hunt onto the loose ball. Bartel out of the pocket, kicks for space. Ling, Henneman comes to meet him. Needed to do that, he did. Won the football, got a hand pass away. Dyson got one from here last week. Deep in the pocket, fires. Beautiful effort.
Well, it's simple as this. In league footy, if you make one error, you normally get punished by a league team. You make two and you're definitely going to get hurt. Now, poor kick, that's error number one of the team. And Cameron Ling, well, he should take a leaf out of the likes of James Kelly and James Bartel's tackling book because he walked through that tackle. I know he's a big fella when Henneman came through, but he had to actually halt him in progress there.
Jason Johnson, Robert Murray again, smothered off the boot by Egan, taken by Kelly. Tried to thread the hand pass, came to Jason Johnson, going back with courage as Lucas over the top. Hanging on was Ottens.
Good effort, Ottens. Real good effort.
Both sides. Yep. There's Tenase. Got it from Mooney. A couple of bounces. Past half back. His legs have been pretty important to the Cats. How many bounces is that? He's on world record pace and still going. Kicks inside the ball. Oh, terrific. Ablett takes the mark. So often players run and make a mistake at the end of it. Kelly has marked 25 metres out.
That's a lot of space, and importantly got value for his touch.
I think close. Kelly kicks the goal. A deserved one.
That was a good transfer, wasn't it? A great pass in front. Clearances, they've been getting smashed, the Bombers. It's 9-2, and there's a third for the Bombers now through James Hurd going into the centre. Mooney was pushed up. Here's Lucas into the open goal. Quick reply from the Bombers, they're back in front.
Cam Mooney still sits on the ground with his hands in the air. He's appealing. He's saying, what do I have to do?
Well, he's saying he had the eyes on the footy, and Lucas was coming back with the flight and made contact with him. Has he got grounds?
No grounds. That's just a genuine contest, ball spill, quick recovery. I reckon Lucas closer to the goal too is a move that Essendon will be looking at. Cam Mooney more comfortable out.
Enright's kick, that's towards Hook. Good play by Hill. Mark Johnson gets the handball away. Peveril, Hill, back to Rioli. Bomber's not going anywhere at the moment. Rioli, a little bit of magic, finds a bit of space now. And the left boot, he's turned it over though. Now Milburn gets the handball going to Mooney. From 55, he sets up Evelyn.
Now, young Lovett is as good as he's been 3 times within 5 minutes. He's been led to the footy like that.
9 goals, 1 from set shots, 20 goals, 21, all up for season 2005 for Gary Ablett Jr. from 25 metres out. No problem for the young champion. You can tell it's been a scrappy first quarter. As Rioli's got it at half-back. Oh, there we go. Just emphasise the point. Another turnover. Mooney now can launch with the left boot. Now look at this. Ottens sits and waits. Fletcher, he was at full forward a moment ago. He's back at full back now that Ottens is on the ground. Riccardi over the top. Kent Kingsley, open goal. Got another one. Kingsley's first of the night, fourth for the Cats.
He has taken a liberal dose of the angry tablets in the last 5 minutes.
Okay.
He's always got it. Oh, mate, he's taken an overdose.
Hurd, magnificent. Here he is up to the angry man versus Lloyd. Oh, he's giving him one in the mushroom.
Falling on his back with his knee.
Gave him a bit to go on with, and that is dropping the ball. Well done, Ted Richards. Great play. He's still got him.
Let him go.
Seriously angry.
Egan was caught, and a great tackle. Ted Richards has got it. He's just about to be sitting on the Carlton draft sign by the time he takes his kick. Look at this one. Oh, there you go. A bit of surfing. Oh, that was a great tackle, mate.
I think he forgot to shepherd, though, having done the earlier work, Matthew, didn't he?
I think he might have caught one in the
lower abdomen.
No, I reckon he's sort of grabbing his eye. He might have put a poke in the eye or something like that.
Just got to learn some awareness, young Egan. He gets caught occasionally.
Oh. Richards runs round. Have a look at that. Left foot snap from the boundary line. Ted. Excellent.
Well, if Scarlett wasn't hurt, this is a beast. Every time you watch the National Geographic, they're not having a good afternoon. Still, we digress. As the ball comes down towards half forward, and the mark is taken by Bartell. 60 metres out. Sends it long. Kingsley slips away from Fletcher. Good closing speed, but at the end it was clumsy. Closing speed. He got in the back. He got to the contest, but then the momentum took him into the back.
He's travelling at a rate of knots, just not intentional at all. In fact, when in slow motion, it doesn't look much at all. But when there's some normal speed, the contact was there.
Yeah, he looked after him. He jumped over him. That was unusual for Dustin Fletcher to miss jumping over someone.
It's on the mark, right?
There you go. They're telling the truth every time he goes to the tribunal and accidentally trips somebody or lands on him.
Geelong has kicked 29 goals from free kicks this season, the most of any side. Ooh. I don't write these things, I just read them. Cross my desk, Byrne.
You're happy with it though, aren't you?
It's an interesting one, isn't it? Kingsley in the pocket.
Sandwich. Good hit.
Beautiful kick. Adds to that. 30 goals from free kicks.
So Ken Kingsley's kicked the last 2 goals for Geelong, the last goal of the first quarter, and this is their first goal in this second term.
He got 7 against the Bombers last year.
Hurd up towards centre half forward. Milburn spilt the mark out the back. Lloyd, good handball out for Stanton, open goal. Quick reply by the Bombers is a good one. Stanton gets the goal.
Well done to the young boy then. He's been in good form the last 5 weeks. The one thing I'd pose this question is, I guess, his pace to take on the tackler and get around him. Where was that pace when he was chasing Tenace?
I think that he might be a sprinter and not a long-distance runner. And when the goals are there, they always find a yard or two.
He put on the afterburners then to get around him, but he wasn't going to do it when he was chasing Tenace.
He wasn't chasing a 10.600 metre runner either.
Those players are running on for that exact play.
Cats by 3 points. Bradley knocks it down. Rioli left it behind. Ottens at close quarters. Found Bartell, who's taken down solidly. Murphy's hand pass. Only as far as Bradley. That's all that was required. Bradley.
The free kick back in the middle against Brad Ottens to Kepler Bradley.
Okay.
That sort of stuff cops about 8 weeker in rugby league.
Yeah, I was watching that behind the play. It caught my eye as the ball goes inside the forward 50 and Lucas. Good kick. I think it was it.
That was it.
That was it. Here's Lucas. Obviously, that figure of 30 got down to the umpires. Lucas comes in and pops it through. His second.
Beautiful kick. He got away okay. Jimmy Bartell okay, so that's all right, but you need to be careful.
And Bomber Thompson will be horrified by the other free kick. They've got the centre break. Lucas gets the goal. The Bombers are back in front. It's 3 goals to 1 for Essendon in this second term. Away they go again. This is Winderwick. Lloyd, full chest if you can hear it. Boom on the chest. And Matthew Lloyd gets an opportunity to kick his second goal of the night. And suddenly the Bombers crowd, who came here more in hope tonight, are starting to feel good about things.
Well, they were killed out of the centre in the first quarter, 6-1, the Bombers, and the last two, they've really turned it on.
Broken tackle, costly. Darren Milburn, who's such a good player, but just watch this broken tackle here.
4 running forward there.
Yeah, he tried to second guess, I suppose, so not much he could do.
Great kick from Winderlick. 36 goals, 12 from set shots. Lloyd has kicked 42 goals for the season. This should think a soda for him. 68% accuracy. Beautiful kick of the football, Matthew Lloyd, to make the Bombers' 3rd goal on the trot. He delivers, as he always does. Bombers now out to a 9-point lead. Lloyd's got 2.
He's taken all the strapping off and he's gone down to try. He's just coming up again. He's been trying to practice some ball handling and doesn't want the finger strap. It's a bit sore.
Chapman, a high one towards full forward. Kingsley finessing. Was taken high. I'm going to say it, the 31st is coming up.
Wow.
No doubting that.
It's the second one. The hand draped around the neck.
Untidy.
Point blank range. Puts it through. He's got 3. Full forward.
Good effort by Damien Peverill a few moments ago as well. He had to go backwards and Bartell was storming all over him. Good play. King went the risky grab out of the ruck work. Chance now for Johnson. Oh, his clean-up stand and got the kick and kicked the goal.
He's a freak.
One for it the hard way. Got it.
Worth the risk by big Steve King. He's up against Kepler Bradley, an undersized ruckman, and King has been doing the craft for so long. He may as well have a go at it, but he just absorbs the punishment here.
He knew when Johnson picked the footy up,
Something was going to happen.
12 metres out from goal, that something would happen. That's the sort of player he is. He was done cold here, Stephen Johnson, but he's such a mercurial type. He still, most players would have fallen over. He did, but he kicked the goal before he did. If he gets a full pre-season under his belt, Stephen Johnson, without any injuries, he could be anything. He's that good. The Premier's happy with him. And I reckon that Mark Thompson will be happy with him.
Well, 2 minutes to go, so they just press back with numbers. Lloyd again.
Inside the last 90 seconds of play, Lloyd from the back pocket kicks up towards Rioli. He'll have to beat a couple here. Rioli, what he tried to do there, tried to ram him with his head. He rammed him. Dennis, we talking about Wilderpeest early on. It's catching out there. Ling, long kick forward. This will be crucial for the Bombers. They can't let Geelong get a score here. Knocked out by McVeigh. Lloyd, turn it over. James Kelly does it.
He's a star.
He's a superstar. He gets the goal.
9 possessions to James Kelly and his second goal for the game.
He's been a whole lot better than a 9-possession player in the first half, though. He's been anchored up inside forward 50 goes because he's got a bit of know-how about him.
Yep. And Mark McVeigh there, Matthew Lloyd. The wrong half of the ground for Lloydie. And that's the result. Nice on the half-time siren for James Kelly and the Cats.
And the timely goals right near half-time. 8 lead changes in the first half. Good thing we don't have a leader's yellow jersey. Ball is taken out there at left half back by Rook. Wait for the siren. The Cats have been challenged, but at the major break on Friday Night Football, they lead by 8 points. The margin was 8 at quarter time. Johnson and McVeigh.
The umpire should pull out a big wad of $50 bills right now and just...
There's a lot of pounds going there. This is in now.
Well, there it is. There's about 6-8 grand so far.
And now it is on. Mooney was in there. Ling's in there for Geelong.
You know about the fine. You know about the fine. We should have a dollar counter in the morning.
That sounds pathetic, doesn't it? You know about the fines?
And by Goldsmith in here, you know about the fines. That's what he's yelling out. But there might be a bit more than that, because there seems to have been Dean Solomon, as I said, some mainly might be going in for some surgery. But I think Mark McVeigh might have got the good hit in.
Everybody was sorting it out. Everybody was sorting it out until you came in.
Your fault. Well, there you go. Darren Goldsmith has found the man he's after.
I don't think Young Lovett was going to do anything.
Young Lovett, here we go. Look at this, boys.
Well, that's what they've talked about, wanting to
Got a right hand
hone in on.
from Mark McVeigh. Solly straight into the action. Mooney, here's a chance as well.
I reckon Mark McVeigh and Solly, they are beauties.
No one's going to get hurt.
Let's have a look at this again, boys. Different angle here.
Oh, knocked the skin off a custard.
Well, why would you do it?
Exactly.
Exactly. I'm not just saying it. We've only got 20 cameras here.
Thibodeau running out of the back pocket.
Most people go, oh, do it. Peverill from centre wing up towards our forward, I heard, with courage and skill, does it beautifully. Just outside the 50, tries to spear the kick into Lloyd. He gets it on the bounce. Oh, magnificent handball. Lucas with the outside of the boot to Hill. Soccer play, gets the goal. Bombers get the first. What a contest we've got now.
There's a magnificent non-preferred side of Scott Lucas. It's set it up. Here's a beauty. Left foot banana. And that's pretty handy work too. Stephen King right with him, so it wasn't as if one of the ruckmen was sitting back.
Gives the
Just 2 points.
King lines up with all 3 underneath players starting behind him.
Another very good bounce. Hill. Well, Johnson appeared to be tackled before the ball arrived. Jason Johnson kicks towards half forward, in right in the road. Last time these sides played, he had 31 possessions. Here's Mooney on the end of it. About 65 metres from goal. Kicks to space. Clever kick. Chapman. Riding on his Burns. He turns around now, but ignores him.
He'd have to have a shot, you'd think, Paul Chapman. Mooney gone forward. Egan's gone on to Lucas down there at centre half back, so he's providing the longer target. What a beautiful kick.
Geelong has kicked just 21 goals from outside the 50 this season. The least of any club, and others at 50.
In the crack.
It's unnecessary.
Yeah, let's watch this one. Bit of a humpo-bumpo. And a whack on the way through.
Well, that's payback time, isn't it? Because Ablett was the man that forced Solomon off the ground.
Another free kick goal to Geelong coming up.
May have kicked it from outside the 50. Matters not. Kicks it from inside the goal square.
Solly just coming off now, and we'll have to explain his actions to Kevin Sheedy. Pretty hard when you kick the first goal, which you want so desperately. That's a lovely kick from Mooney to the leading Chapman. I'd love to have a look at the free again. Well, I've seen that, but I didn't see what happened first from Gary Ablett. But either way, when you're defending, you just don't give the opportunity. You've got to bide your time if you reckon there's an opportunity, and that's not the time.
Telstra Dome, and there's the phone message.
Got to bide the time here, Dean Solomon. If he thinks he's got a reason to get back at Gary Ablett, that's not the time.
Commentary side of Telstra Dome. Love it, Murray to love it. Has a bounce. Takes the line. Beats Ling. No, he doesn't. Great tackle from Cameron Ling. It comes back to Hunt now. Cats are doing it nicely. Out to Ling. On the left boot, he goes up the line, he shinned that one forward. Welsh knocked it down to Burns' advantage. Beautiful kick from Burns. Look at that one. Just has got great acceleration off the mark. 18 goals, 10 from set shots this season for Brad Ottens. So in he comes, normally a beautiful kick of the football. 18 of his 20 goals this year from set shots. Cut that 19, 21 for the year. 2 in a row to the Cats. They lead by 14 points, a game high.
Stanton just forward of the wing.
Couple of but I think they've had no bearing on the game whatsoever. It's been good.
Bombers need to be careful here. Just off the pace. Stanton is looking for Lucas, and that's a good grab.
You never ever say, Matthew.
The second man to goal umpire to stand in 300 games.
I haven't forgotten him either.
Here's Lucas. Umpire Clark will adjudicate on this one. And it goes right over his hat. 3 goals to Lucas. He's done it before.
Turnover though. Gee, the kicking's been shocking tonight. A nice balmy night. There's everything right about it.
But both teams play this game. When the ball goes to their half-back line and they win, they all run towards that area, turnover here, and they flood their own half-back line.
Look at that.
Hurd did pretty well after the initial mistake. Johnson set on his way through, needs to kick it and does. Lucas was on for the hand pass. Mark Johnson gets his first.
You would have to say that James Hurd didn't design that, because as soon as the Geelong teammates saw that there was a tackle laid here, and it's what would be a turnover, right now see Ling peel off his man, and now he's caught out. Pebbles there. Mark Johnson, his man peeled off already just behind the goalpost there. They all peeled off, and James Hurd just able to get that soccer kick forward, caught everyone out.
I wasn't going to go at the next line for some, no. Here's Lloydie. Tips it over the top. Stanton has it at half-forward flank.
He's about 65 metres out. Short one towards the pocket.
Matthew Lloyd's had a quarter of a second to make that decision.
Scott Lucas has done it again tonight. 3 goals. 1 in this term from about this spot. Lovely kick. Gun barrel straight. He's got 4.
Well, that's the challenge for Mark Thompson now. Do you put Matthew's
Backhands it out. Mooney went without the ball. Johnson got it out to this man. Have a look at him go. Andrew Lovett brings the ball out with a beautiful kick. Johnson takes the mark. That was a great kick. Now the Bombers get going. Lovett Murray goes short with a kick. Lucas has got it. This could be his 3rd goal of the quarter and 5th of the night. Just had enough of it. And this for goal number 5, and to put the Bombers 10 points up. A game high for Essendon if he can do so. He does. Scott Lucas, goal number 5, 3rd for the term, 4th in a row to the Bombers. They lead by 10 points.
There's no doubt, Gary.
Talking about these days, it was tough. I mean, we've all seen tougher. King tries to backhand it down. Lovett Murray emerges with the football.
He does and finds some space and then gives it up. Gets it back now from Fletcher. The running Lovett Murray takes them on, runs past Playfair. Then wobbles the kick off his boot. It's just his knee. Didn't do anything. Anyway, comes to Stanton. Good play. Lucas is dominating up forward. Good play from Solomon with the 1-2. 7th mark tonight to Scott Lucas. He has 5 goals, 1 on the board from 55. I tell you what, he'll go close here. From 55 metres down, he goes long and strong. And I think he's got it. Lloyd did enough on the line. 6 goals to Scott Lucas.
Well, he is just in fantastic nick, and we've got to say, very well coached and well set up here. They identified the mismatch and got him into the goals early.
Yeah, so just sort of interject there. The runner came out to Scotty Lucas, and he was coming off. And then he just made a couple of steps towards the bench, and they said, no, stay out there. Now, why would you take him off if Scarlett's going to him?
No idea.
Scotty Lucas kicks the goal from downtown here, and just as he goes to run off straight after it, And let's go down to TJ and find out why that may have been.
As you can see, he's pretty pumped. He might actually stay there for the last quarter.
Good trust by the Essendon coaching staff. Ricky Dyson's played the entire quarter on Gary Ablett, close to goal.
Chapman, in all sorts of trouble, and down he goes. Still a live ball. McVeigh in there. Oops. Burns did well with his mother. It ricochets across to Riccardi. Riccardi lines up, kicks, and gets the goal. His first.
Well, that's exactly what Geelong needed, and perhaps what Kevin Sheedy didn't, but it might be a clash of heads here. Oh no, it's Mark Johnson delivering a very, very good hip and shoulder, and he stayed down, and he's still in the hands of the trainer, Paul Chapman, but Peter Riccardi needs to do this when he gets possession forward of centre-half forward. So that is the battle. Big Brad Ottens is back now. He's gone to full forward on Richard, so that's a better chance. Yeah, that's a chance to take a bit longer than normal.
Bit of pressure on Darren Goldsmith to get this one up straight, and he does it beautifully. Hill, Hurd, he's done it again!
First and four.
How about that?
He's yelled that at the box, I'm telling you.
Don't you worry, Tony Jones is on the money. That was a very pointed celebration, if you like, from James Hurd. He's the proudest, probably the proudest footy player going around, I reckon, and there's a lot of them, but he would not enjoy not being a part of this, and just stand by for what could be a special quarter.
How about that from James Hurd?
Well,
He's the master coach. He's got the best out of his captain.
That wouldn't worry you. I don't reckon that'll worry you.
Over Dyson. Corey got the arms free. Coulleriotis pumps it long once more. Mooney was being held, and the umpire had a perfect view. Mooney goes back on him. It touches into Fletcher. Well done, Fletcher. Gets the hand pass away. Robert Murray comes away. Puts it up towards the wing. Fletcher slow to get up. Meantime, Stanton's got the football. Back towards the middle. Peverill. Winderlich. Hurd from behind. Taken in front by Richards. Needs Hurd now. 40 metres out. Is this the second to 4? Watch him again. He's put it through. His second in 10 minutes. And this time does not acknowledge the coach's box.
Dustin Fletcher at the other end. It's wonderful when a bloke knows he's going to take punishment, but he's willing to accept that so his team is not scored against.
There was a great effort, Dermot. You're dead right. As I said, Hurdy had kicked 4 just to rub it in, and he's halfway there. He's a special talent, but that Dustin Fletcher effort, that was game defining. I don't think the Bombers can be beaten from here.
Cam Mooney, he felt that.
Lucas 4 goals in that previous term.
A kick from Bradley. To Lloyd. Good night catch. Matthew Lloyd. Goal number 3.
Stevie Johnson just hangs the head and makes his way down the other end, but what a great night for the Bombers. Lucas, Lloyd and Hurd. One-handed is not good enough when there's a game on the line and maybe a top 4 spot. It's as simple as that. He hasn't had a lot of footy, Stephen Johnson. That would be the only excuse you could provide for him. But Matthew Lloyd's been pretty selfless tonight. Been able to identify that Lucas is the man, and he always helps, but some pretty stiff opposition.
Joel Corey tonight, his 35 touches, the most of any player in the game this season.
Robert Murray straight to Ablett. He sends it back over their heads. Gets a goal. But you would think too little too late.
There's not a great deal of defensiveness emphasis on the midfield of Geelong, and also the half forward. They let it go out of their forward line a little bit easy. Well, that's a good intercept and a good cap off, but for most of the night, blokes like Lovett Murray have run out. That would be probably the season high for a loss.
Oh, not probably. That'll be certainty, I reckon.
Fletcher to Goldsmith. Kingsley has a flying snap of the goal with 1 second remaining. Milburn has the last say. He kicks the goal, and that's it. And the siren went 1 second after it went through. It didn't matter. That's it. James Hurd, 2 goals in the last term. And the Bombers are home for a famous victory on Friday Night Football.
Well, just to illustrate that, how good Essendon's backline was, led by the champion Dustin Fletcher, or how impotent the Geelong forward line is. The greatest number of inside forward 50s entries for the season was Adelaide in round 3, and that's the season high, and they won.
Well, they just didn't look dangerous at all after half-time, and the confidence that grew in Fletcher and Lovett Murray and Lovett when he got back there, it was reflected down the other end, because that man Scott Lucas, he just finished off all the great work that was done, and there are plenty of players that had a very interesting night. The skipper James Hurd is one of those.